Exactly 12 weeks ago, I suffered a grade 3 AC joint separation while racing dirty bikes in a hare scramble here in Virginia. It was the final round of the 2023 VCHSS season. This video is not about the injury, boo-hoo, everybody gets injured. This is about my incredible experience rehabbing the injury with one of the raddest doctors this side of the Mississippi. Here you can see what the injury location looks like today. I'll have this sweet little bump for the rest of my life, and the ligaments that tore will remain that way. So rehabbing this injury was and still is paramount for me getting back on the bike and racing. For the record, I'm exactly 12 weeks out from the injury and progressing very well. There are some things that I'm still working on, but here are some clips of what I can do. So Rick had me starting off doing push-ups for my knees. We got pretty good at those. I can do quite a few of those before I really feel the pain, but now I can do regular push-ups. The only problem is I can only do so many of those before it stops me. The pain does. But I wait a few minutes and then I can do another set. I think right now I'm up to like 13, 14, 15 before the pain kind of gets unbearable. But every week I can do more and more. I can also do side lateral raises. These are 20s. I typically don't do 20s. I just do 15s. But I can do side lateral raises, and I can do front lateral or front raises too, front delt raises. Ugh. Yeah, 20 is a bit too much. But I can definitely feel it a little bit, but just like the push-ups, I can do more and more of these every week. I can also do military press. This is a tougher exercise for this specific injury. You know, here's 20s, and I could do these for multiple sets. So dead hangs used to be a real issue for me. I can only do it for a few seconds. I'm doing a dead hang right now. And I can also do pull-ups again. I was actually really worried about that, but I can do pull-ups. So the area that I probably struggle the most right now is in dips. I can obviously do them just fine without an injury, but yeah, that hurts. But I can do one. I used to not even be able to come close to doing a dip. So imagine in a few more weeks, I'll be able to do dips. I was initially very apprehensive about going to physical therapy here in the DC region because there's way too many PTs to choose from, and getting to and from these appointments is just a huge pain due to traffic. I even considered skipping professional rehabilitation and simply tackling this job on my own using YouTube. Well, after speaking with Rick the first time about this injury, I'm very glad I didn't do that. Rick, or Dr. Rick Wetherald, he's a fellow racer that just so happens to be a physical therapist as well. Rick races in the same hare scramble series I race in, although he is an A-class racer and I'm still chilling with my homies down in C-class. Also, Rick is an elite athlete himself. At one point, he was winning professional mountain bike races, and I'm sure he's passionate about many other sports. Not only that, but long ago, he suffered the same exact injury I've been rehabbing these past few months. All that to say, not only is he an experienced physical therapist, he has firsthand knowledge of the unique demands of racing motorcycles, and he's very familiar with the recovery process, having gone through it himself. Here are a few quick riding clips I took at the 12-week mark as well. I'm almost back to 100% confidence on the bike now. Check these out.
Oh, easy peasy.
So I was really happy to hear from Rick and that he agreed to do some virtual sessions with me to help rehab this injury. I know he has experience working on many different athletes and non-athletes, but I also found out he even has experience working with some of the pros that we watch on Peacock every Saturday night. I won't say who, obviously, that's his story to tell, but I will say they ride a blue bike. Pretty cool. Rick owns and operates his business called Physio and Performance, and no, he did not ask me to make this video. I'm just so happy and thrilled with my experience, and I just want anyone else who's in my shoes to know about rehabbing with Dr. Wetherald. There's nothing like rehabbing a dirt bike injury with a doctor who understands firsthand the unique stresses on the body from flying through the woods or flying around on a track. Drive Physio is based out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. I will include all their information in the description below, and you can pause here to see some additional information on the website if you like. They work with patients of all kinds and offer many other types of rehabilitation services. If you're interested, I highly recommend reaching out. Once my swelling went down enough and the initial pain began to subside, we started our virtual sessions. This was incredibly easy. We used our phones to video chat. Simple as that. It's handy to have a tripod too. The audio and video quality was perfect, and at least for rehabbing this specific injury on my shoulder, virtual sessions were sufficient. Obviously, other scenarios may require in-person care. In our first session, Rick got a better understanding of my pain and my range of motion. I had already sent him my MRI information and my X-ray information and the initial ortho diagnosis. I learned a lot about the anatomy with Rick of this injury and how my body and my brain would compensate for the lack of intact ligaments moving forward. Here's some clips from that first session. It hurt closer to the top. And like we chatted about the other day, the pain amount is staying the same. It's just like on that frontier of range of movement. So the same amount of pain used to be right here. Then it used to be like every week I'm getting like 10 more degrees. Okay, I can feel a very odd tension right there. Yeah, because I knew there was going to be instability and compensation, but I just didn't know how it was going to work in there. Yeah, that explanation helped. Yeah, that's this keeping the arm straight. Rick also helped me understand some of the more subtle ways I can help my injury recover, including how hard I can push this recovery process. I was initially going to completely stop lifting heavier, especially with my upper body, but also with my legs and stuff. But he informed me that the body's kind of natural hormone release following something like a heavy leg workout. And he just informed me of how that will actually help the shoulder injury heal as well, because those hormones do not discriminate. They go to your whole body to help repair tissue. So Rick knew all along I was very eager to get back on the bike and healthy enough for a 2-hour race. So much of our conversation revolved around that. And because he also races, he could help me with what I could expect when I resume riding, and we discussed some of those particular challenges. Additionally, we modified a lot of the exercises to help mimic riding and getting in better riding shape. We spent a lot of our second session discussing progress on the initially prescribed exercises. So he would dial up the movements where needed. Additionally, he knew I was going riding in the near future at this point in the recovery process, and he was able to provide me some guidance on like what to expect and how to carefully approach that first ride. So here's some clips from our second session. I might get a little bit of mild irritation there, but it's just supplemental muscle fatigue and, trap. Nothing that stops me from doing it though. Okay. Oh yeah, nope. That's a bit much. Yeah, that's a bit much there. Yeah, I was thinking, that attack position, like getting into hour 2, that's gonna probably be very fatigued. So I'm gonna try and get some riding in before March race day, round 1. I want to get at least like a solid hour plus ride to see if I can and really try to be disciplined with my form. yeah, turn tracks. Never made one myself, but I totally understand the benefits of them. Even like Patty Holloway says to this day he does those basic drills, and that's not so bad actually. Now I'm not doing a lot of weight, but yeah, as far as pain goes, that's almost identical to the chest exercises. It's enough to feel it. It's not enough to stop me from doing it. So the following sessions, we did several more. They continued to progress very well. In each, we started off with my updates on my increases in strength and range of motion and kind of where my pain levels were. Since the 2024 Supercross season was about to kick off, we also took some time to make some bold predictions for the upcoming season. He's not only a racer himself, but a fan of the sport in general. The exercises continued to progress as my shoulder did. We added weight, we modified the movements, and we added completely new exercises. All the while consistently measuring progress and talking about what I could do specifically to help resuming riding and racing. So here's a few clips from our later sessions. 15 that I can move up to. Like Plessinger at Nashville. Last lap. Was that Nashville? Oh yeah, could have been Detroit. Okay. Question on the lower one. So you're allowed to you're pushing very hard, and you're doing the rolling patterns. Are you holding a serratus punch while you're doing it too? That's going really well. I don't really notice any discomfort. I am focusing on so my shoulder blades, I am trying to really focus on pushing those down. Yeah, I don't feel any discomfort related to the joint. But oh, that is it. Yeah, so that's engaged scapula, or at least partially. Okay, so I'm going to a dead hang. Yep, there it is. I definitely feel it. But I'm on that thing in a semi-attack position. So thank you for watching, everyone. I really appreciate the help from Dr. Wetherald. Check him out if you have an injury yourself.